How confident are you that your kids can sit in the middle of a bunch of tangled miniature equines? This is something that I have done to help my horses gain a lot of confidence and be less spooky, and be ready for children who maybe are not very familiar with lead rope safety. You can train your kids for sure. It will take several sessions, but what about kids that come to visit? We have a lot of visitors on our farm. They're not going to have a lot of time to learn lead rope safety. So instead, I'm preparing my horses to be used to lead ropes getting tangled around their legs, and they are very intelligent. They can figure out how to get themselves unstuck, or they can learn to trust us to unstick them. So here's some of the things that I do. It's just water.
Don't let her drink out of that.
What if she wants a little cup of ice water? Do you want some water? What you're seeing here is a very calm equine. There's actually lead ropes rubbing and moving, and instead of freaking out, they're simply adjusting and picking up their feet. And if they do get really stuck, they have enough trust in us to come and help them get unstuck from it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Good girl. Good girl. Good. When you have a large horse who is a little bit skittish and maybe not very confident, it's really dangerous to leave the lead rope long enough for them to put their hoof through. And the reason is because if they were hard tied to a post or something and they put their leg through it, they could get really skittish and scared, and they could spook themselves. And actually, when I was a young child, I was at horse camp, and a horse had spooked itself because it was hard tied. It broke his neck. It was really traumatizing for all the kids there at that camp. So I have kind of a different philosophy about long lead ropes, and it is something that really builds a relationship between me and my equine, and that is that I let them experience a long lead rope and I let them get tangled. I work with them a lot, desensitizing them to the feeling of something going around their hoof and getting tangled in between, and it weaving and being pulled, so that it's not something new and it's not something that is terrifying to them. One thing I have done with my miniature horses, especially because we have young people out here, we have a lot of little kids, and they're not going to be as vigilant about lead rope safety. I have tried to instill in my children the best way to hold the lead rope and how to make sure that you're holding it where their hoof can't go through it when you're taking them for a walk. But I know that there's going to be other kids who just simply can't learn that information fast enough in just one session. And so instead of teaching kids safety, I'm trying to make my equines, my miniature equines especially, just bomb-proof when it comes to a lead rope. So I let them stay long. I take them on walks. We're sitting out here. We've had the first bit of like warm sunshine in the longest time, and everybody's hooves are drying out here waiting for the farrier. And this is a great chance for us to practice the things that they've already learned, and that is just to not freak out when the lead rope is stuck around their legs. They either can have the skill set to get themselves untangled, or they can simply wait. And that really paid off for me, because teaching this one right here who's scared of his own shadow, he put his head in between some boards to eat some hay in a hay stall, and he got stuck. And he probably was stuck for a few hours because it happened in the night. And I came out in the morning and he was just like, "Mom, finally you're here, can you unstick me?" And I actually had to use the saw and saw him out of it. And he just stood really still, and it showed that he had a lot of faith in me and he trusted me. But him being stuck in a position and doing that with him since he was a yearling has just really paid off, because now I know that he's not going to blow up and kick out and try to bite or strike out at anybody who might be doing the wrong thing with the lead rope. And so you can definitely train your kids to do the right things, but I think it's really important to train your animals how to respond confidently and giving them that confidence in a situation like this. So that's my hot take. And I think everybody could benefit from that. I love the fact that I can leave this lead rope long, because I know that young children who are out here playing with my miniature animals, they're going to stop paying attention, and they're not going to be as vigilant about safety things because they're so young and they have so much to learn. But instead, what I'm doing is giving them a safe equine who is confident and not as concerned about getting tangled up in lead ropes. Let me see. Are you folding it to hold it, or are you tangled? Oh, good. Yep, they immediately come apart. Great job, girls.
Going back over?
Watch her body language and see if she's asking for personal space, okay? All right, let's see if she will step out of this on her own, or if I can just guide her. Good girl. Right here.
It's too big for him.
Put it right here. Good boy. So gentle. Look at you, so confident.
Is this what the fairy's gonna do?
Give me this, right here. Come here.
You got this.
Put it up. Put it up, right up here. You gotta put your hoof up first. Come here. Give me this hoof.
But why that hoof?
Because this is my strong leg. Good boy.